All right. What's up, guys? Give me a sec. Gonna take a little longer. For the next few streams, just because I'm trying to make like everything right with OBS. Like I'm like monitoring everything. Make sure like I don't have any issues, because technically no matter what change I make, I don't actually know if it works, you know, unless I stream. Yo, Matador, thanks for the Prime resub for 30 months, man. You came, you saw, and you resub. Thanks a lot, man. Okay, so here's the deal today. I want to use the Fire Knight weapons. We're gonna make builds for Fire Knight stuff, but like optimized around it, right? So, let's see here. You won a 2v2 tourney yesterday? Hell yeah, dude, congrats. Who did you... Oops, sorry. Who did you play with? And who did you play against and in your toughest matches, let's say? Let's grab these weapons. I'm gonna grab these. Is there another Fire Knight weapon than the dagger and the greatsword? Am I forgetting one? Or the ultra greatsword, I should say, which I missed actually. There it is. Okay. Teammate was beaten. Oh, well done, dude. You're officially going into the Elden Ring Hall of Fame, you know, where all the Elden Ring PvP players will be remembered for the next 2 years. After that, they'll be forgotten. Will you put the Fire Knight helmet? Yeah, actually, I will. About the Fire Knight helmet, is it just the helmet that boosts the damage, or is there like other pieces that also boost it? Fire Knight skills. Fire Knight skills as well. I wonder if it's the same amount. You said what? I said you'll be remembered for the next 2 years. You know, like people that, you know, in sports, like, oh, they're going into the Hall of Fame, they'll be remembered forever. But, you know, for Elden Ring, like, we'll be remembered for the next 2 years, because that everyone will have forgotten for the next game. Yo, what's up, Donut? How you doing, man? Oh, man. What's your go-to physic for most builds? Oh, you... Really, for most builds, your physic, you always want... You always want the defense physic and then the heal near that. Technically, though, you could argue... Like, I mean, you could argue that the regen sometimes is more optimal. But, usually speaking, the standard for everyone, like all tryhard, is like defense and then heal near that. And if you're rocking, let's say, a magic build, then maybe magic damage is better than defense. But most of the time, that's pretty much what you want. Like, if you're gonna regen, you might as well just cast, like, Bestial Vitality. Obviously, though, like, you know, you can play around with that, but, like, 90% of time, like, defense and heal near that is what you want. viable and optimal physic variety is pretty underwhelming. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right, and I don't really like the physic mechanic because it's like, when you think about it, like a physic is like a perk system, right? Right? Like you basically like pick which perk you want for your build, but it's a perk on a timer. And so like it's just, again, like the whole like buffing thing. Yeah, whatever. Okay. With that being said, let's just see real quick. This is the short sword. Gonna make it around the big one for my weight ratio. Technically, for my damage, I'll probably go for something like that, right? Like, we'll probably go for like something like this. Ooh, that's not even working. Probably something like this. Wonder which one would be best. Wonder which one of the two is more optimal. Probably better with this one. Alright. So it's gonna be crouch attack, tally, two-handed tally, crouch attack tally. I'm thinking maybe Shard of Alexander, because I want to use the, you know, like the cookie cutter, well, not the cookie cutter, but the tried and true like Ash of War that's kind of made to go with that weapon, so to speak. Like the flame skewer to buff your weapon, do even more damage. That's sort of like the idea. After that, though, I'm not quite sure I want Bull Goat, or if I want, like, maybe, like, Perma Grey Jar. I think I'll probably just rock, like, Permanent Grey Jar. I think that's going to be, like, the build, and we're going to optimize around that. That's probably going to be what we go for, because I don't think we can get... Like, I don't think we can make this work, like, even if we have Bull Goat. Oh, we can, actually. Oh, my God. Do I go for this? This is actually more weight efficient. Dude, I think we're going to go for that. We're going to go for Leda, Verdigris. Like, it barely fits. Like, we have 88 Poise Flush. And it's actually fairly light, too. Yeah, that's what we're going to go for. Alright, let's go respec. It should be interesting. Obviously, again, like, you know, I'm doing this for damage sake. Although, before I allocate, what I wanted to see here is, like, Flame grant me strength, right? Is that boost fire and physical? Requires 15 fate. Physical and fire affinity. How long does this last? Let's just check. Let's see how long this lasts. The dripless, the tarnish? Yeah, for real though. I mean, Elden Ring is such a goofy game, I kind of gave up on it. I used to be, like, really... Wait a sec. Why can I not cast it? Am I missing something? Oh, it's because I did not put my points into Fate yet. That's why. I'm gonna use this for now. Wait. Okay, let's see how long it lasts. I just started a timer. I think it's 30 seconds. 30 seconds is really not a lot, but at least, like, it's quite clear when your buff runs out, because your character is literally, like, on fire. So, like, you have a pretty significant visual cue as to, like, when it's time to rebuff. At least. Yeah, it is 30 seconds. Alright. And then... I don't think it's really worth it to put that. All right, let's actually, let me remove that. We're just gonna remove some helmets. Sneak that in here. Probably remove like for today, probably like these two. There you go. All right, so that's good. So we're gonna reallocate.
Is it thy wish? No.
I think I'm gonna go for 15. I don't think I'm just gonna rely on the talisman. We're gonna go like straight up for everything we need. Probably gonna go 58 for now, and then we're gonna level up from there.
Knife.
Technically, I think I want like BHS escape, so I should build around like 2 weight ratio for my main hand. Okay, so let's start leveling up our endurance, see what we can get away with. Come on, 34. I need to go quite high. Wow, we need quite a lot of endurance if we don't have like any like weight boosting stuff. Wow, it's 38. Actually, 38 is what we started with. So you actually need 38 to make this work. Okay, well, it's gonna be 38. Alright, so it's going to be 38. And so from there, let's see what we can get away with. We can get the 74, which is basically like this plus grafted would get us like near the 80 breakpoint. Before I do that, I think I want to two-hand my weapon. And actually, you know what? I want to grab like a few of these, like one heavy infuse and one fire infuse, just so I can compare the damage. Like, you know, like something like that. That way I can see like, okay, what gets me like the highest damage here. Alright, so our AR here, we got 824 for this one. If we buff it, 919 split is not bad. And if we buff ourselves, we get 1100 split. That's really not bad, honestly. Like that's pretty good. Although that buff doesn't last very long. I mean, interesting build, I'd say. I have a feeling the short sword might actually be better though. You know what? I think instead of having this, we're straight up gonna have like the short sword, like main hand. Gonna have like the short sword with like either BHS or flame strike, so that we have access to that. Oh, actually, my damage here is with 41 strength, so we can chill a little. We're gonna do more than that. Dude, with 41 strength, we were like over 1,000. Let's see at 54 strength. That's kind of crazy. Dude, our damage, like, I thought my stats were already, like, allocated. Because our AR was so high, but I forgot to level up. Okay, let's try that again. Dude, 1,158. Wait, I feel like that's the same thing that we just had. Like, what the hell? What changed there? I feel like that's the same thing. What did I forget? I think we're gonna use the fire physic too, honestly. I think we're just gonna go fire physic. I think the freezing pots won't be really useful today, though. Probably gonna replace the frost pots for the oil pots. Since we're gonna be doing mostly fire, we're gonna go fire physic. And honestly, I think I'll take... do I go damage or HP? I'm hesitant. Because right now we have stats and everything we need. So it's a matter of like, okay, like, do we go like 60? Do we go 70? It's 5 AR going from this to this. Or actually, no, never mind. It's... Yeah, it is 5 AR. 5 AR or a bit more HP. I think I'll take the HP. Okay, so this is what we're gonna rock. And I'm probably just gonna make like just a tiny inventory just so I can have like a BHS escape swap if I need some. But this is pretty much what we're gonna have. Let's just take a look at the damage real quick. I feel like the damage doesn't even go higher. It doesn't matter what we do, like it just stays there. All right, one sec, guys. I'll be right back. All right. I know it's raining, but it's about to be hot. All right. Let's just make our inventory real quick. Gonna set our pots, set everything up, and we'll be good to go. Yo, Matador, thanks for the bits, man. So here's the deal. We're gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And actually change this. That one-liner was worth 10 bits. Every time I'm funny, I get people throwing throwing money at me. Thanks, man. All right, let's get this going though. Congratulations, Canada football team made history, dude. I could not give a shit. I'm shocked that Canada is still in this. My God. If you knew how little I care about Canadian soccer. Like, I actually tried to watch some highlight on YouTube, and Jesus fucking Christ, these players are such pussies. Like, they fall at nothing. They complain about everything. Like, seriously, like, it's unwatchable. Like, it's probably the pussiest sport that exists, like, at a professional level. Like, it's super fun to play when you play, you know, like, on, like, smaller leagues or with friends or whatever. Like, it's always great. But, man, at the highest level, like, these fucking overpaid pussies are unwatchable. Like, I'll never get interested in watching professional soccer. Like, I swear to God, like, these professional actors, dude. Crazy work. I think we're gonna go with this one for BHS. Yo, Steel, how you doing, man? Thanks for the raid. I actually just started. We have not invaded once yet. I just started. Like, the idea today is to go for the Fire Knight weapons, the Great Sword and the Short Sword. Oh, this is what this is about today. I think it should be interesting. Like, our whole setup is really, like, made 100% for that. So, like, I want to say no compromise, but there's always, like, compromises that I don't necessarily think about. Okay, so check this out. This is what we got. So technically, we're mainly going to play with that, and, like, you know, like, for the finisher, or, like, if we need a flame strike, we're going to go for the small one. But we got two-handed, crouch attack tally, Shard of Alexander, the mask as well. You know, for this attack, we have, like, a flame grant me strength. You know, boost our damage further. Our AR, like, almost a, you know, 1,200, but I actually did not even look at the AR if I drink the Physic. Let's see here. You know, 1,300 split. And it doesn't really require a lot of buffing. It's really just like Flame Grant Me Strength and then your Ash of War. Pretty good. Yo, Seiju, thanks for the gifted to Steel. Really appreciate that. So, I mean, it should be fun. I think, I don't think this is going to be like the most broken build or anything like that, but I think it's interesting because this greatsword is, you know, it has that unique R1, which we don't really use that often, and I'm going to replace the frost spots for oil pots, at least for today. I'm gonna craft those right now, actually. FD oil pots. So you never know, maybe we can get some big damage out of the oil pots. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it. I think we're ready to go. I think we got everything. All right, let's try this out. Oh, put the oil tier. You know what? I might try it. I might try the oil tier. Just because it's stupid and we never get to use it. I think it maybe it would make sense on this. I don't know. I don't even know how the oil tier actually works. I think it's like you apply oil on people that are near you or something like that. But does it reapply constantly? I wonder if the oil tier would be even better than the fire physic, like a fire damage physic. Yo, Goldmask, thanks for the gifted to Blorpo. Really appreciate. I don't even know if I can make it back where they are. Oh yeah, I can. Maybe they're not here. Duration of oil tier is 30 seconds? Bro, that is terrible. 30 seconds is actually pretty mediocre. That's pretty much what Flame Grant Me Strength is, but... well... not bad, you know? I mean... just from this little interaction, we did not do as much damage as we could because it was raining. But just for that first interaction, I mean, it's not... It's basically like Gugs with more steps. You know? I think that might be like the... like the early conclusion might be that it's basically Gugs with more steps required. You love triple buffing to do just a little less damage than base Gug? Yeah, and base Gug wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't fall apart when it's raining either. And, you know, I even invested a few points just to be able to use Flame Grant Me Strength. And that buff really only lasts 30 seconds, so it's... At least, though, with Flame Grant Me Strength, like, the visual effect on your character is... I mean, it's quite easy to see, so... At least your visual cue when your buff runs out is... like, you know, it's... You get enough of a visual to see, like, okay, like... Now, my buff ran out. I need to recast it again, whereas for most buffs, you just have to look at the tiny icons on the screen. Which more often than not, you kind of miss. Like I'm noticing here because you know I took out my defense physic or the defense effect on the physic for the fire buff, so I'm feeling myself as a I feel like I'm squishy, like I feel like the character might be a little too squishy, especially for rocking a Gugs, you know, like if you're gonna rock like, or not a Gugs, but an Ultra Greatsword. If you're gonna rock an Ultra Greatsword, like chances are you're gonna want to trade. Like, you'll want to win trades by the largest margin you can think of, and you know, it's like, so far it's not like our damage is bad or anything, but again, it seems like just making a build focused around Gogs so far I think would make more sense, or making a build focus around like a blood Gogs, where, you know, you basically guarantee bleed someone in 3 hits, and so you guarantee kill in 3 hits. And from the builds that I've made recently, guaranteeing a kill in 3 hits has been like sort of the overall theme, except that for the last few builds that I made, like, yes, you kill in 3 hits, but you kill in 3 hits with a thrusting sword, not an ultra great sword. Ideally, I'd want my ultra great sword to kill in 2 hits, or even 1 if it's possible. But so far, that doesn't really seem Actually, I unlocked there because I felt like it was too risky. Oh, we survived. We barely survived, but we survived. Need to test with the pots. The thing with the pots is, like, when I use pots, usually I use them entering a fight. Like, I'll enter a fight throwing a pot, especially if my opponents don't see me. Like, for surprising them, instead of attacking them right away, I'll throw a frost pot and then engage. And usually, like, that gives me, like, a tremendous edge because they're frosted to start the fight, which is better than just doing pure damage. If I do that with oil pots, I think it would work. Other times when I enter a fight, if my opponents are looking at me, I can still throw a frost pot to start the fight. That I can't do. Like, for instance, against the last invasion, I can't just throw a oil pot at them because it's not going to stun them. The frost pots is pretty much guaranteed to frost them and stun them, so I'm safe to throw it out. The oil pot won't do anything to them, so I can't rely on the oil pot dagger, and so I can only use the oil pot if my opponents are not looking at me to start the fight, basically. Heavy with the Mesmer Grease gets more damage. We're gonna try this out. We're gonna try it out. That's not what I wanted. It's not the thing I wanted. I used the wrong thing. Also, unironically, I mean, just being able to use Storm Stomp with this thing just automatically makes this setup better. Let's be real. But I wanted to fucking try the Flame Skewer because, you know, we never use that thing. So I wanted to see, like, can I make this work with, like, Flame Skewer? Like, can I do better with that? But, I mean, I think at the end of the day, like, I think a Storm Stomp with Fire Bundles, Heavy Infusion is probably better. But at least for now, we're gonna try this out. I want to get at least a few kills with that Flame Skewer just to test it out, you know, like we can remove it after. Again. That's annoying. You love those fake duels? Yeah. It's funny because when I made the build, I didn't even think about what this game heavily nerfs fire. Like 50% of the time it's always raining. I forgot about that when I actually made this. I mean, it's so obvious, but... You know, like you basically have like an RNG debuff if you're mainly going for fire stuff. Because you never know when you're gonna invade an area where... You know, you're 100% walking on water like Lernia, or it's raining all the time. That's why you rarely bother with fire? Yeah. It's the opposite of Dax, who gets the 50% chance of having a buff with the rain. This one, it's the opposite. Like, see, like here, you know, the all that water. I think it's blood, but does it affect it? Wait, does it affect it? I don't see... Wow, does this blood not count as water? That's interesting. It doesn't seem like it does. That is interesting. These guys had no help. Yeah, I don't think this blood actually debuffs. Huh. I guess blood is not made of water in this game. Might be wine, actually. I mean, this is the Lord of Blood area. Try rolling in the blood? Well, it's too late now, but I'll try next time. Blood does not buff lightning? Yeah, it would seem so. I mean, we didn't get the lightning debuff. That's why I said that. There's some logic behind it. Dude. I don't know for sure, but I think blood still, you know. Blood probably, like, conducts electricity just like water, I assume. I don't see why it wouldn't be the case. Blood is 50% to 80% water. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, let's do this. Oh, it ate my input at first. He's light rolling. Poison buff should do more damage in blood areas. You know what? If you have like Vare's mask or any like of the blood boosting tallies, you should permanently have your blood buff in these areas. Could you imagine? That'd be so busted. Imagine the ganks. Yeah, that would be so broken for like... But I mean, the thing is, like, a dedicated gank in this game is pretty much unbeatable if that's what they're going for. It's just that it's so obvious that a gank is unbeatable in this game if the players are actually, like, trying to be unbeatable, that no one even bothers to do it really anymore. Like, you don't see, like, ganks of 3 people, like, in a cave. Like, you saw that, like, early Elden Ring days, but it got old very fast because there's no point. Like, the invader simply does not have a fighting chance. Unlike in Dark Souls 3, where, first of all, you could not, you know, single out the invader in, like, a cave, because the hotspots were, like, Pontiff and the Forest and Ring City, so big areas, so you can't single them out there. And also, you couldn't prevent them from getting at least one teammate. And so, like, the dynamic is just completely different. Like, for a ganker, like, there's so many ways that you could make unwinnable ganks, but you don't really see it. Because there's no point. Like, people already know that it's unwinnable. So it defeats the purpose. I need to get that. Oh wow, the lat is serious. He actually tried to attack, that's why I caught him. Otherwise, if he just spam rolls, he could just get away forever if he wanted to. PS3 didn't even have caves in the first place? Did it? I think you might be right. Yeah, I think you might be right. And we really need to land at least like one flame skewer from neutral that isn't from a sleep bot. At least, I guess you could spawn gank in Dark Souls 3 since no spawn iframes. Yeah, but you never really saw that exploited because the spawn in Dark Souls 3 were like hand placed. And like, let's say that there was like, let's say the host was like in a specific location. You were always gonna spawn like at a random random point away from the host, meaning that there was no way for gankers to predict where you were going to spawn while being 3 people on top of that, because first of all, you were always going to spawn away from the host, and after that it was a guess as to where you were going to spawn, so they would have needed to get lucky with 2 people. And so you can definitely survive against 2 people no matter like where you spawned. Like, there was no way for you to get like spawn killed by 3 people unless you got like really unlucky and like the game just spawned you like very, very close to the host, and the host happened to be going in the same direction as where you were spawning with the whole squad. Like, it happened a few times. Like, there was a spot in Ring City like after the main bonfire where you go down the stairs and you can spawn basically down there, and if the host happened to be at the bonfire and you happen to spawn there, and if he happened to start progressing through the level at that same time, there was a chance that you might actually get ganked at the bottom of the stairs as soon as you spawned. But that happened like I think only twice in my whole time playing. Catacomb of Karthus is the only cave you think you can think of? Yeah, and it's not really a cave, it's more like a dungeon. But yeah, that's a good point. I never realized Dark Souls 3 doesn't have caves. At least not that I can remember. That's why it's so good. The areas are basically all castles. And castles are what FromSoft is best at. Like, FromSoft just makes amazing castle maps. Great timing. That's my fault. I didn't see the third Phantom. Otherwise, I would not have engaged if I knew there was a third one. That's my fault, though. I didn't check. Okay, like, see there, now I check. There's more people than that. Try to kill this guy. Dude, I'm so squishy on this. It's actually quite scary. I can't really do too many mistakes. Our Flame Skewer did good damage against the host, though. You guys are over-exaggerating Dark Souls 3? Yeah, I think they are, like, you know, maybe FromSoft is never gonna care too, like, enough about PvP to make, like, a good Souls PvP game, but, like, come on now, like, with how popular the genre has gotten, like, someone is gonna get it at some point, even if it's not FromSoft. Alright, we're not gonna fight this guy the whole stream, like, he keeps sniping every time. It's quite boring to fight him. Just heals and dies in 2 hits still. We might block him if he keeps preventing us to invade. The reset attempts by Lords of the Fallen Dev and others have not exactly been reassuring as far as PvP is concerned. Yeah, I mean... yeah, that's a fair point. Yep, I mean, I don't think anyone can argue with that. Don't think FromSoft cares about PvP that much, or netcode. I don't think that's true. I think that's false for both points. I think as far as netcode is concerned, they definitely care about it. Because no one actually has better netcode than them for this type of game as far as everything that's been released so far. I know it might sound crazy, but they actually have, like, the best way, or the best implementation of it with the lowest amount of latency. I'm not saying it can't be done better, but so far, like if you look around like any other Souls-like game, they're all worse netcode than FromSoft. So that's one point. Then as far as not caring about PvP, well, Armored Core Verdict Day was mainly focused around PvP, and it was amazing. It's just that it was niche, and it came at a time where From Software was also a niche studio, so... So I don't think that's necessarily true. But, you know, I'm doing devil's advocate here. Like, obviously, I can see the point. Like, you know, it's clear that the focus for FromSoft is obviously the single player. You know, that's what most people care about. That's what FromSoft cares about the most. It's quite clear. So, no, they've never given as much attention to PvP as they have with the PvE, but I don't think it's fair to say that they'll never care about it or anything like that. I mean, just look at Duskblood. We don't know how it's going to turn out yet, but just the fact that it exists in the first place. I mean, it is a PvP-focused game, apparently. At least that we know of. And, you know, Verdict Day was a PvP-focused game as well, so it's not like they've... It's not like Duskblood is a one-off. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, they've done PvP-focused games in the past with Verdict Day, and apparently they're doing it again with Duskblood. So, you know, the idea is there now. If Duskblood is going to be well executed or not, like, you know, press F to doubt. But actually, I say that, but I think Duskblood is going to be like a fine game. Like, I never actually doubted that. That's the thing. Like, what I'm skeptical about is obviously, like, is it going to be successful? That's what I'm skeptical about. Because again, like, Duskblood is basically a niche, whereas it's exclusive to Nintendo console. And so that's already like a very small portion of players in the pool of everyone that plays From Software game. Only a fraction of the pool. And then you have the PvP niche within that Nintendo player base niche. So you have a niche within a niche. So your total amount of people that this game could appeal to is much smaller, because now it's a niche within a niche. And so I'm very skeptical that the game is going to be successful, because to start with, on paper, their total potential player base is quite small. That's what I'm worried about. That's one. Then the second thing I'm worried about is that, unarguably, Nintendo Switch is a terrible platform by today's standard. And so, like, how much is that going to hold the game back? Like, are we going to have Duskblood at 30 FPS? Is it, like, if it's 60, then, you know, might not be that bad. But if it's 30 FPS, then that's a major flaw for a PvP game that releases in 2026. And then, you know, talk about the online infrastructure. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the YouTube vid about the Dark Souls 1 remake on Switch. Like, we can look it up after this invasion. Like, just a quick montage of what it looks like to PvP in Dark Souls 1 on Switch. You guys will see how fucking terrible it is. Like, I'm telling you right now, like, if Duskblood runs like that, like, you know, it doesn't, like, people will blame From Software netcode, but the reality is it's the Nintendo platform that's the problem. It's not Duskblood. I actually got not frame trapped, but comboed from start to finish there. Oh, the mage is excited now. He got saved by his friend. Reddit is happy. That's so funny. Alright, let's just take a look real quick. I just want to show you guys. Honestly, like, so far that Fire Knight build is kind of garbage, if I'm being totally honest. Give me a sec, guys. Pull that up.
No, sir.
Let's see. Whoa, 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 don't start. 1 sec, guys, we're almost there. Let's just check it out. I muted the thing because I don't want to get copyright in, but just look at this. This is like Dark Souls 1 Remake on Switch. Like, that's what the online looks like. I mean, if, you know, if Duskblood is going to be like anything close to that, I mean, it's obviously doomed from the start. It's like, you know, like we've played the Dark Souls 1 Remaster. Like, we played that on PlayStation, and you know, like there wasn't any issues like that. Like, yes, sometimes like backstab can desync a little bit, but nothing anywhere close to what you're seeing on screen. Like, this is downright unplayable. So yeah, if Duskblood is going to be anything like that, because the Switch is not good enough of a platform, then, you know, then we're screwed. And so if anyone is skeptical about the success of Duskblood, I mean, obviously it makes total sense, and this doesn't even have anything to do with how good or bad From Software does things. Like, stuff like that is... Like, people will say this is bad netcode, but the reality is, like, you know... Like these issues are because of the way, like, the Nintendo, like, networking infrastructures are. You could say you got a Switch 2 for free. Well, I mean, if Duskblood doesn't turn out well, I'm probably going to sell it. It's just bad networking, you see? That's the thing, like, this game is not bad like that on other platforms. It's only on the Switch. So, you know, like, you can't say that it's on FromSoft if it's only like that on one platform, you know? And I don't see why the Switch 2 would be any different from this. Alright, well, I'm guessing you guys get the point, you know? Like, it's... I think you guys understand what I was trying to say here. The Switch 2 hardware is better. One thing that a friend of mine told me, one thing Firekeeper told me that the Switch 2 hardware has the wrong, has the wrong MTU networking setting by default, which is like, it's basically not appropriate for modern fiber optic infrastructure. Like, it's basically like the Switch 2 comes with the wrong setting to start with, and no one really is knowledgeable of that sort of stuff. So there's basically no one that will ever change that setting unless you're actually, like, very knowledgeable. So even Nintendo, they have the wrong setting to start with on their own system. And so, like, that's a very bad start. And so I'm very skeptical about how this whole thing is going to turn out. Out of FP, buddy. Where did the other guy go? Did he fall off? He might have fallen off. You are correct about that, and that's extremely stupid. Yeah, I mean, I don't get any credit for that. It's since Firekeeper learned that I was getting a Switch 2 gifted to me for Duskblood, he basically, like, told me, like, which setting to change. Like, I had no idea. Like, I would, you know, I'm a fairly, like, you know, I usually have my pulse on, like, how to optimize, like, the hardware I'm using and that sort of stuff. But I had no idea, I had never heard of that before. I had no idea this was a thing, and I would not have known about it, even as someone who takes games seriously. So I can't imagine for the vast majority of the people who actually, you know, play with that system. But yeah, I get no credit for that. I just got told by a friend, so... And I would have never known about it either if a friend didn't told me. Or didn't tell me, I should say. You played Dark Souls 1 on Switch versus Japanese players on Wi-Fi, and it was kind of decent. Of course, Switch servers are not optimal at all. Gotta remember that you have to buy an Ethernet adapter for the Switch 1. Does the Switch 2 come with an Ethernet adapter? I might have to buy that. I didn't know that either, see? That would suck. It does have a port by default? Okay, thanks. Well, at least there's that. I misspaced that, although his sword is a little longer than mine. Oh my god, the lat saved in there. I have to outspace and attack more in advance. Yeah, at least Switch 2 that has an Ethernet port by default. That might be why that might be why like the connection on Switch 1 was so bad, because the fucking damn thing doesn't even come with an Ethernet port. See, I didn't even know that. That's crazy. No wonder everyone's on Wi-Fi if there's not even an Ethernet port on the damn thing, right? That's nuts. We criticize FromSoft, but other games have shown that it's not easy to make a game like Dark Souls or Elden Ring. They care about PvP, but don't know how exactly to balance it. Yeah, you are absolutely correct. Like, I don't think it's really arguable that it is difficult to make this type of game, this type of genre. You're absolutely right. I'm scared I might get blendered one shot by this guy. That did not reach, but his latency is too high. Oh my god. His latency is so high that my character is looking the wrong way. He doesn't know what he's doing. Switch 1 was 90% Wi-Fi warrior playing from the bathroom in McDonald's. Yeah, I mean, that's probably what happened in the vid we just shown, you know, a little bit ago. Listen, guys, I just want everyone's expectation to be in check there. Like, I'm not trying to be, like... I'm not trying to be negative here. I'm just trying to be realistic, you know? I'm kind of worried about the platform holding back Duskblood, especially since Duskblood is like pretty much what we wanted for a long time, like a Souls-like focused PvP game, or a PvP focused Souls-like game, I should say. You know, like we've been wanting this for quite some time, and we're finally getting it, but like, you know, there's like a massive caveat. Like, I wanted to succeed, and I wanted to succeed even more now that my friend Gabri actually gifted me a Switch 2, or donated money, like, specifically for a Switch 2. So, like, I'm part of the deal now. Like, it was not my plan to get a Switch 2 for Duskblood, because I could hardly justify spending that type of money for something that I was not confident was going to be successful, you know what I mean? But, you know, like, since Gary basically, like, sponsored the Switch 2, like, now I have to be in it now. Like, it's... No matter how it turns out, I'll be there to see it. So, at this point, I want the game to succeed even more, obviously, because... yeah, I'll be playing with Gabri and also Castle. Castle got a Switch 2 as well, apparently, so... like, if Duskblood turns out nice, like, I'll be playing with Gabri and Castle, and Gabri and Castle are very good friends, and we've been playing together for a long time. Like, back in Dark Souls 3, we used to play together in fight clubs for, like, hours and hours. Like, we used to be in chat and laugh all the time, you know, like, these are good friends of mine. Gabri funding shenanigans is peak. Yeah, I mean, what's funny is, like, Gabri had disappeared from the community for, like, such a long time, and he just popped up out of nowhere in the stream, donating, like, fucking 500 USD, and saying, like, oh, this is for you to buy a Switch 2. I'm like, alright then, you know, we in it to win it now. Obviously, I'm very grateful. He didn't need to do that, but... I think Gabri wanted me to be there. I think he wanted me to be there for the network test too. Like, if the game actually turns out great, like, you know, it's gonna be, I'll be very glad that he did that for sure. Have they said that it's PvP focused or just co-op focused? It's a PvPvE game. So it is PvP focused. Like, Duskblood is a PvPvE. About to enter the fog. Too late. I just had time to do, like, one attack there. Tarkov Souls? Yeah, I guess it's... if you've been following the interviews from Miyazaki for years, or the From Software interviews for a few years now, you will probably have remembered, I think it was back before Elden Ring released, Miyazaki, or maybe a little after Elden Ring, I forgot the timeline, but Miyazaki talked about how he found the... like, he found the concept for Tarkov very interesting. Like, he talked about that in an interview, like, it was a while ago, I forgot when. I wish I remembered the timeline for that interview, but Miyazaki talked about that publicly. And ever since then, we never really, you know, heard anything concrete or that could be anywhere close to related to that interview. But now that Duskblood is coming out, we maybe can see that, okay, Miyazaki was talking about that stuff back then. They were already probably in the development for Duskblood. And so his interest for that genre and that concept and that vision probably translated into Duskblood in one way, shape, or form. And so we get basically Duskblood out of his interest for Tarkov. Or the concept. Maybe not his interest for Tarkov, but for the concept that Tarkov brings. And so, you know, that's interesting stuff. Have the article link if you want it. I mean, that's fine. Like, can you share the date for the article though, Xenos? Like, I don't think you need to link it, but just so that we know, like, when that was published, like that article. Like, when he said that would kind of be relevant. Updated February 2023, so slightly after Elden Ring came out, basically. So that was 3 years ago. So they were probably in the development for Duskblood already. That's interesting. Believe it or not, they were originally working on Duskblood for the Switch 1 a very long time ago. Thank God it didn't happen. Yeah. Yeah, I remember reading that as well. That's kind of crazy, man. Like, I think our silver lining of hope is that because it was worked on for the Switch 1, maybe there's some hope that the game was initially, like, planned to be 30 FPS for Switch 1, and maybe since Switch 2 hardware is better, maybe, just maybe there's a chance that it might be 60 FPS. Have to be careful about the Moon Veil. Oh, I forgot, my flame skewer would have ended the invasion way earlier. I had shard here. Unfortunate. To be fair, Duskblood only has, wait. Duskblood only has to do really well at first to be successful? What do you mean by that? Like, you mean the initial sells? Like, selling when the game comes out? Why would you say that? Have they actually shown any first-person gameplay? What are you referring to, Kenneth? Because Nintendo already funded their game. Yeah, but that means that it doesn't matter, like, if they sell at first or late or what. Like you said, what's likely happening is, like, yes, they have an exclusivity deal. You know, the game is probably all, like, the development cost is already paid for by Nintendo, likely, or at least most of it. So yes, for FromSoft, they probably are not too worried about the copies sold, but I'm pretty sure they would still want it to sell well at the end of the day. Like, they probably don't want it to be a flop. That would be crazy if they did. Any gameplay from player perspective? No. No, we have not seen anything about Duskblood. We know there's a network test coming, but we have no gameplay footage of any kind. Is it published by Bandai or Nintendo? I think it's Nintendo. I don't think Bandai is involved with this. I could be wrong, but I think it's Nintendo. 3 players. I saved them. I thought he would try to attack. Oh, that clipped me through the wall. Wow, that didn't even hit. Bro, at least we killed the host, but Jesus Christ, man. These scrubs. You basically got one tapped as soon as we killed the host. I'll be honest, guys, like, today's build is kind of bad. Like, so far, like, I'll say, like, this is just... It's basically a worst Gogs with more steps. But, I mean, you know, we're trying stuff, it's fine. Haven't you tried modding the save with the tool? No, I don't like that tool. It goes against my philosophy, my religion. I don't like that. I don't like modding or like save editing my stuff. I don't mind like glitching gear, but I don't like the idea of like save editing things. That's where I draw the line. Oh yeah, this fighting in stairs, what a great idea. This guy's net's also ass. Oh my god, that's nowhere near me. What the fuck? You have to roll everything because his net's too shit. This is the type of player I should just, like, you know, go in my inventory, click on Pada, and just get it over with, you know? Just Pada his ass and move on. A bit of the old off-meta Fire Knight Pada? Yeah, exactly. Oh. Why don't you try his Invasion in Seamless Co-op? Well, I don't play the game on PC, so there's that. Like, if I cared about Elden Ring, I would definitely be playing a lot more on PC. Because the few players, you know, the 20 players that still care about the game are basically on PC. And so, like, you know, if I cared about the game, I'd be playing there. But since, you know, I just play the game on stream for the content for the stream, so I'm not it's not like I really care all that much. Like, yeah, of course I try my best, you know, when I get on stream and play, but like, you know, like right now I'm playing with like Fire Knight build, you know, it's not like if I wanted to win this, you'd see the verdigris armor with clean rot, you know what I mean? It's pointless buying Elden Ring twice. I have Elden Ring on PC because when Elden Ring came out, like day one, I bought the game on Steam, but it kept crashing, so I never actually came back ever since. So I never played the game on PC, but I own the game. I don't own the DLC though, so that would be a problem. But yeah, you have to remember, like, when Elden Ring came out, like, the PC version was a shit show. Like, people would get disconnected after 2 minutes of playing the game. The connections were horrendous. You know, like, seamless co-op didn't exist. Like, you guys have to remember, like, PC was, like, completely horrible at the start. Wait, what? Thought it would attack me there. Alright. Let's rebuff. Oh, he's gonna DC? Oh no, okay. Your brother literally rage quit out of co-op because of the 5-minute disconnect in Limgrave on PC. It was actually 2 minutes, but yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I mean, like, the game was a shit show when it came out, so a lot of people just left PC. Like, guys, think about it. Why is it that players like Steel and like Chase and other content creators, like, why is it that they've mostly migrated from PC to mostly making their content on PlayStation? It's because you cannot play vanilla PC. Like, that shit is hella laggy. People are constantly skipping. And it's just not a good experience. And so, at the end of the day, like, the real version of the game that's to be played, like, you know, like, I'm not even biased when I say that. It is on PlayStation, no matter how you look at it. If you're a tryhard and you care about duels, the competitive, or the, you know, the 20 people that play competitively are playing on the, you know, either like seamless or like some modded map, and they're playing it with their own rule, with their own little community, like sheltered from the actual game. And so, like, at the end of the day, if you actually want to play Elden Ring, the best place to play is still on PlayStation at the end of the day. Yo, what's up, Green? How you doing, man? But, you know, like, take a player like Green. Like, the guy obviously, like, cares about the game greatly. He's not a fan of the made-up rule set. Like, a guy like that doesn't really have anywhere to play for the most part. There's no competitive scene per se. The tryhard community is very small now. And so, like, you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place here. There's no shoe that fits all. But, you know, take what I say with a grain of salt, because unlike someone like Steel, I don't play on Seamless. Or I've not played on Seamless. So I actually wouldn't know, like, from first-hand experience. Everything I'm saying here is basically from hearsay or from friends that I have that I trust, like Vale, for instance. If Vale tells me something, I'll believe Vale over, like, anyone else, you know what I mean? So if Vale tells me something about Seamless, then I feel confident, like, you know, saying it back to you guys, you know what I mean? Hey! distracted early by something. Just spammed out of it. Yo, what? Bro, the shit net is real. Bro, we got robbed. Let's kill the host. God, his net's so bad. It's gonna take a while, I feel. I think because the net is just so bad. Oh, he has a teammate now. Even if I separate him, even if I'm alone with him, it's gonna take forever to kill the host. His net is just too... He's too latent. And now his Phantom is gonna be with him. We're just hugging each other now. Actually, do this. Even if the host gets separated, which he's not, like they're just staying right next to each other, I'm not gonna be able to kill him. He's too latent. It's gonna take a while to finish him off. Game. We have to hurry up and kill him. Just forcing trades. Oh my god. So latent. Jesus Christ, it's net's too shit, guys. We're gonna have to change strat. This connection is just too garbage. Oh my fucking god, bro. I have to be careful because he can just force trades. God, this connection is downright garbage. No, that storm stomp that he hit me with was such a scam. Oh my god. Unfortunately, like, you know, fun build like that where you have, like, you know, these wacky weapons. Like, even though, like, this is an Uggs and I'm switching to another Uggs, if someone is that latent, you can't do anything. And so you need some sort of status. Otherwise, it's pointless. That Duskblood net? Yeah, he's training me. Alright, we've actually played with Flame Skewer, you know, enough. We're gonna try Storm Stomp on it, though. I said I would go for Storm Stomp. And we're gonna switch to this grease. And I think we're gonna switch to Spear Talisman. So it's the same idea, it's just that we're gonna use the grease instead. So far, I will say that I'm really not a fan of how squishy I am. Like, using the fire physic, I don't really think is worth it. Like, we're really not getting that much damage out of this. It's really more for the sake of experimenting more than this actually being good. I think the defense physic is better here. Also, I know this has BHS. I think I'm going to put Flame Strike on it and keep it physical. Short sword, yeah. Gonna have both of them heavy. Where they at? Where they at? Am I going the wrong way? I think I am. How many players in there? 2 of them. The fight? Didn't think I would see Mungus here. One sec, guys. Let me just see here. Okay. Just had to double check that stream had no issue. Because ever since the OBS issues last time, you know, I'm playing around with the settings, and you never really know if the new settings fix issues until you actually, like, you know, do the stream for the full amount of time. And so I'm probably gonna adjust my settings, like, stream by stream, to see, like, if everything still works fine. Guys, so far, people on YouTube and on Twitch, has there been any like frame drops or anything like that? The bitrate should be like all right, but not amazing, but that's kind of normal. So I want to see like how far I can push the bitrate, but I need to start like at a low amount and then like work my way up from there. It's good. All right. So bitrate is going to get better in future streams, but for now, like, I'm basically like trying different settings, see like if everything works. Oogie Woogie is chill though. I don't want to kill him. Actually, I want to see him versus this guy though. Uh-oh. Here we go. Where's the stones? There it is. Wonder if it's gonna heal the enemy as well. Quickly, the madness stones. All right. I forgot about this attack. Yep, nice one. Good spacing. Problem is he can just block everything if he wants to. Oh, PSGS. What the fuck? Yo, what is this? How did it not hit? Try to kill this guy. Yo, what the? Why is it not landing half the time? That's unfortunate. Get AD input. Jesus Christ, man. Am I really out of that? Oh no, that's the wrong one. Another blue. Push PvP. I should not block, it's very dangerous, I could get killed. Oh my god. Man, honestly, guys, like, this setup is bad. Jesus Christ. We don't do a lot of damage, though. Is it because of the water? Yeah, the water here. We did very little damage compared to the fire one. Like, for a build that has, like, everything into offense, like, this is quite underwhelming. This setup does honest damage? Yeah, except I'm sacrificing everything for offense, like... It does, like, Gug's damage at best, like, but... with more steps. We tried Fire Infusion earlier, and it did way more damage than the Strength Infusion so far. But people said Strength does more damage than Fire with the bundles. So far, I don't think so. The 70 Fade version might be better. Yeah, maybe. Because, you know, when we look at the build, for most of the fights, like, I'll start the fight with Flame Grant Me Strength, which really should be really good on this, right? And then... Oops. And then, you know, I'll have my weapon, like, buffed with this. And my AR goes, like, the... Actually, need the Physic. I have the Fire Physic in it. 1222, you know? Like, the AR is good, but it's... The real damage, because this is split damage, the real damage is not that nice. But at least we tried it. At least we tried it, see if it's good or not. I think we should tweak the build a little bit, and instead of focusing on the heavy ultra, maybe we should focus on the short sword instead. If we focus on the short sword, I think we would want maybe not crouch attack damage, maybe actually like multi-hit damage, or maybe something like that. We are fat rolling though. There you go. Problem solved. Yeah, with the bundle, the Fire AR is not enough for the Physic buff. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too. Let's take a look at our AR with this. If we do Flame Grant Me Strength, oops. Oh, I don't have my Physic. Okay, if we Physic, Flame Grant Me Strength, have the bundle. Wow, 731 for that? Dude, that is like not a big difference between the Ultra. What the hell? Maybe that dagger will just be better though. Okay. And then if we compare it, 767, technically the fire or the Flame Strike Fire one seems to actually have more AR. It's probably the fire physic that makes the difference. God damn it. Well. And our fire build bites the dust again. Because of water. And 3 people in Lernia. Or we can't really do anything in water. On top of that, they're like right in the open. It's gonna be difficult to get anywhere here. Also, we're gonna use lightning bundles here. Bro. Do be like that, these gankers. I'm tempted to say fuck him, just pull out Pada and shit on him. We still have like almost 80 strength, so Pada could work here. I think there's a bear here. Would miss. Or yeah, I thought you would. I thought we would miss. Nice, nice. We do no damage with this shit setup. It's quite disappointing. Alright guys, you know what? I don't want to lose this. We're gonna switch gear here. Problem is they're sticking next to each other and we're in the open. The bear was our best chance to win, but the problem is our build kind of sucks, so we do no damage. Questionable. Come on, bro. Need some PvE support. These flowers won't really do much, honestly. But it is chip damage. On steel, help me. Tried to kick, but I can't kick with the crossbow. Funny how much easier the game is when you use the fucking gimmicks, right? Like the sleep into one shot. That one I definitely remember on all my builds. Yo, Vale, thanks for the Prime sub for 70 months, man. Thank you so much, dude. That Starfist damage was way more than you expected. The reason why it was that high is because it was buffed by Axe Talisman. It was also buffed especially by Saint Trina's Smile. So what happens with this is every time you sleep someone, you have bugged damage. Like normally, Like the thing with like poison buff or bleed buff, it's normally you get like a 12-ish% damage increase with the talisman, but this one is this one talisman in particular, or the sleep buff, is bugged so that when you do like R2 with the fist, it does like something like 34% extra damage. Or 32%, I forgot. 34 or 32%. I think it's 34. I don't remember. But yeah, basically like the buff you get from sleeping someone's extremely high, and so it allows you to one-shot them basically. Does Starfist deal good damage on other build? Yeah, absolutely. Like every build can have like good Starfist damage if you ask me. Like Starfist does high damage on every build. It's 34.5. There you go. Thank you, Vale. So there you go. Like you get 34.5%. So basically, if you throw a sleep pot at your feet like that and they take the bait and they try to attack you and they get slept, full charge R2 into R2 will combo because they're slept, and you will likely one-shot them. So that was my game plan there, where we tried our best to kill them with the fucking Fire Knight stuff, but if we're being totally honest here, the Fire Knight is not doing very well so far. It's actually very underwhelming. It's not doing a lot of damage. But, you know, this is not a crossbow into sleep punish stream. This is a Fire Knight weapon stream, so we're gonna try our best to make it work. It's just that in these situations, you know, like you're in water, you're against 3 people, you're in the open. It's like at some point you have to draw the line. Like, I'm not gonna win this with this bad setup. Like, I'm gonna need to switch to something more try-hard here if I want to have a fighting chance. Fuck out of here. Those were some nice spots. I mean, I know what he was going for. He wanted to book it to the fog wall. He paid the price. That was nice. Out it in the pot dungeon? Yeah, that's true. It is the pot dungeon. Honestly, guys, for the amount of pots I'm getting, like, overall, and every time I invade, like, seriously, I should just have, like, permanent, like, Great Jar helmet and all my builds. That's what I should be rocking, really. For the amount of pots I'm throwing. School of the Pothead? That's just every school. Yo, Goldie, thank you so much for the resub for 42 months. Thank you so much for still being around. Really appreciate that. All right. There we go, there we go, there we go. This is it. Maybe not. But they were about to go on. It was just too far. Will we get it? This dragon actually does an insane amount of damage. I'm kind of scared. And the light roll too. If we get clipped by that, we die. I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna forego this. And given how much damage the dragon does, I'm just gonna go for... Dead here. Oh. This is nuts, dude. Like, these invasions are nasty. I need my inventory here. I really do. I'm gonna go with this for now. This is a dead end. No! Oh. That was the right choice. Woo, we made it. Alright, we can't let these guys win either. Let's go try hard on them again. Or as well. The dragon just wants to... Yeah, interesting. Just want to kill me from there. So annoying. Just gonna drop here. Alright. Save them. Come on. Keep saving each other. We're not getting any chances against these players. Which one was it? This one. Need to recraft some pots. And these sleep pots are really saving my ass. Also, we have not really had many opportunities to use the oil pots, all things considered. Guys, do you remember there's a game called Elden Ring Tarnished Edition that's coming out like in the near future? I feel like everyone forgot about it ever since it was announced to be like August. Everyone was like, all right, we forgot about it now. No one ever talks about it anymore. Actually, I don't think I've ever heard I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about Tarnished ever since the release date got dropped. No one ever mentioned it on stream, I don't think. Is there any news about the Duskblood network test? Not that I know of. Anyone knows anything about it. But no, not that I know of. Not gonna lie, you thought it had come out like months ago? Yeah, I mean... they were supposed to release it months ago, they just delayed it. This is 10, this is 15. Wait, the poise on this is 21. Wait, how is the poise lower here? Oh, I forgot to put this back on. Okay. I was wondering why my poise was so low. Had the wrong talisman. Still saying there's a new light greatsword? Yeah, there is a new light greatsword, but it's likely gonna have the same moveset as Milady though. But yes, there is a new light greatsword. There's a new curved greatsword, there's a new light greatsword, there's a new greatsword, there's a new shield. Actually, 2 new shields. One's probably like a buckler type, the other one's a medium shield. There's three new horse armors, or sorry, horse skin, I think. And 2 new starting class. I think that's everything we know about it. It's all paid though, right? Well, it's like one package. I don't know how much it is though. But yes, I think you're going to be paying like extra to get that stuff. I don't know how much, but it's From Software's take on microtransaction. Unfortunately, the time has come. Not that I'm complaining about more content though. I'd rather have more content than not, even if we have to pay for it. But I'm more of a fan of like DLCs, right? Like big chunks of content. You know, you pay like 20, 30, 40 bucks depending on the size of the DLC, and then you get a piece of content that's significant that you can enjoy for a while. That's how I see it. Am I gonna get parried, guys? I didn't think I'd land that. Isn't one of the starting class better than Vagabond? Yes, Yakim. The new Heavy Knight starting class is going to be better than Vagabond for almost everything. So, like, for people who are still going to play Elden Ring, it will be worth it to make a new character with that class if you care about those extra points. But apparently they changed the stat spread for the new starting class, and apparently it's worse now than it was when it was first leaked, so they could change it again, and maybe the stat spread is going to be different once we actually get Tarnished Edition. You can't not min-max? Yeah, exactly. That's how we all feel. Well, this is kind of risky. think there's really much we can do there to help Buddy, other than sleeping them. Important kill. We'll take it. Even if I didn't see his health bar, the scream was so loud. It was heard through the lens between. I love how the host is now running for his life. Got a blue though. The Reddit scrubs always come back to save the day. Bro, and it's back to 3v1, like, seriously, man. Meant to lock onto the host there. Honestly, guys, there's not much we can do there. We're gonna get triple teamed in a second. And the Phantom is a light roller. You have a dagger. It's not what I wanted. And the level is cleared, that's the unfortunate part, so we have nothing to really be able to do anything.
Hey!
I think what I'm gonna be doing is just switch this. Switch this. And that. Tremble. It's gonna be annoying. Insane shit net, dude. Holy garbage ass net. We actually dodged it too, like he just skipped completely. God, these light rollers, man. And shit, player goes down. Alright, let's finish this. Bro, these light rollers, like, seriously, that shit should not be in the game. Like, out of all the garbage that's in the game, like, light roll prevents you from using 90% of weapons. Thank God Pada is here. Honest Pada, always there to save the situation. There's not enough honest Pada players, guys. Beast Roar Pada still undefeated in Arena. Yeah, I remember when you used that. That shit was funny. Elden Ring Light Roll is worse than Dark Souls 3 Light Roll? Yeah, for sure. The thing is that, like, it's easier to catch, it's easier to catch Light Roll in Dark Souls 3 because everything, like, everything small and fast stuns. So, like, you would be able to, like, roll catch with, like, you know, just a Corvian would be able to roll catch Light Roll, like, over and over in Dark Souls 3. Or, like, an S-Stock would be able to roll catch a Light Roll over and over. Here in this game, like, these weapons, they don't roll catch forever like that. Because, you know, a lot of time these Light Rollers still have enough poise to tank, like, even the small weapons. But Light Roll was still annoying in Dark Souls 3, like, don't get me wrong. Good old wing tier, yeah, that shit should not be in the game in the first place. It really serves, like, no purpose other than being broken. Like, seriously. You want to optimize your physic? That shit is just better in every way than everything else. Like, if you're gonna optimize your stats for your physic, like, that will beat up everything.
Hey!
My physic will wear out. Let's fight it out. I thought the little wall there would help me. actually missed from point blank the first part of the attack. Played and saved. Alright, we got Oogie Woogie, who just got completely deleted. They're too close to each other. We can't really make a play here. Alright, please don't die in 5 seconds. We can't, like, attack back the halberd guy unless we have cover, because the other scrub behind him is just spamming. Like that. Here we go! Bro! I didn't want to finish him. I wanted it to end like that. Oh my god. Well, he had that second try to go for it. Actually insane, bro. What the fuck? That shit's so funny, man. God damn it. But yeah, guys, honestly, like, these Fire Knight's weapons are bad, like, you know, it's fun and all, but not a good setup today. You just needed a moment. You needed a moment. You did. Oh, man. That was funny, though. How did you have enough stam? Like, what did you do for your stamina? Infinite stam and FP physic? Obviously. Oh my god. That's so funny. That is actually so funny. Probably gonna wait for me at the top. Oh, maybe not. At least we can use these bundles now. Well, quickly a 3v1. It's always like that. The blue might die though. I think the blue's gonna die up there. They don't even follow. This is a Radon moment? Yeah, I mean, this is on every weapon except this one moment. I'm telling you guys, like, you know, we stayed on this setup, but it's really bad. Like, it's really not great. Problem with Radon is, you know, because I'm trying stuff out, like, I don't have, like, my Radon is, like, you know, like, buried deep somewhere. There we go, there it is, you know? I don't have, like, a quick swap to it. My inventory is a mess. Alright guys, I'm gonna do another invasion and then I'm gonna call it for today. We made it. But yeah, so far I would say I would not recommend this setup. The Uggs is basically worse than Gugs in every way. And then the dagger, it's not horrible, but for an invasion weapon, it's not great either. Like, there's better stuff than this. One guy. We proved that this setup's kind of bad. Yeah, pretty much. I think he's actually down there. Like in the water below. You know, like it's the team for today. Like everyone's in water. Since this is a lone host, I think I'm just gonna set up properly. There you go, something like that. We're just gonna end it like so. Yo, Belmont, how you doing, man? Okay, I can't second attack. I ate my input because of the pivot. And TS? You want to TS me? Is that what you want, you fucking scrub? We can TS. Alright, I think I'm gonna end it here. We can't ever use that fucking setup, man. Everyone is just like on us like crazy. Alright. TS me, bro. Bro, TS me. Alright, guys, I'm gonna end it here. Well, unfortunately, this setup, not the best. I think there's better ways to go about it. But all things considered, I think that Fire Knight sword is just... It's just better to use Gugs, guys. Like, seriously, like, no matter how you look at it, it's just the worst Gugs. Like, Gugs is just better than it. And, like, it needs less buffing to do the same amount of damage. The Gugs has more range, I think, too. Alright, guys. Thanks, everyone, for coming by the stream again. Really appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys up next time. Take it easy, everyone. Have a good one. Okay, we're gonna raid someone else. I mean, it's kind of like a tradition at this point to raid Owen, because it's always only Owen that still plays. Alright, we're gonna raid Owen again. Alright, see you guys.